Hello and welcome to the Hope Hotline. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is great to be back. Our first week back. It's our going into our third season. So 2 years down, another one to go. We got Vanessa back from Mexico. Burr, 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 burr.
Oh, wait.
Thank you very much. Party in the house. Okay, so tell us really quick. She was in Mexico for Three Kings.
Oh, man, it was so fun. But you know what's wild? I was in Mexico when Trump announced that he's renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
How tense was that?
I wasn't making eye contact at that point with anyone.
Hey, you speak Spanish, so you're in great shape.
I know. They probably looked right over
Poor
there.
Jeff and your kids.
Right.
I know.
Screwed.
I know. No, it was a really good time. So instead of like doing a ton of gifts for the kids, we just take a trip, and that was our Christmas.
Love that so much.
Yeah,
so much.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And it was 80 degrees. When I got back and it was like 40 degrees, I was like, absolutely not.
Get me out of here.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I'm not.
I'm sorry.
Over it.
Over it.
I'm one of those people like, I'm sorry for what I said when I was cold.
It's supposed to be cold like even next week.
I know.
I know.
I thought we were done.
This is probably the coldest winter we've had in a
Starting
really
in
long
December.
time. Ugh. Goodness gracious.
Well, no, November was hot. What are you talking about?
No, started in December.
Oh, yeah. But,
yeah.
okay, it's really not been. It was a hot fall.
It was.
The beginning of December
it
was not that cold. It's really,
It just feels like it.
it's really only been like 3 weeks tops.
It's all
of
relative.
cold.
3 weeks.
3
too long.
weeks.
I don't know about that. It's very cold.
Talk to me when it's like this in February. Because there was one year,
That's
like I
true.
couldn't get enough firewood because it was so flippin' cold.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Oh, that's nice.
Bless you.
For you.
Listen, it got hot real fast. Even that year, May, sweating bullets.
Oh, yeah. by April, we're
Yeah,
all very warm.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm treasuring each and every moment. I treasure.
Love that. for you.
What's that song? Who sang that? I think it was
sing it.
98 Degrees. I do cherish you.
Oh, I love that song.
yes.
So that's how I feel about Wonder right now.
Wow.
I love that song.
That is a great
That is a
song.
really
That's a
good
great
song.
Wait, I think
song.
I think they're performing soon.
They
Listen,
are down in
sign
Tampa.
me up.
Let's go.
Down in Tampa. What if I'm going to say the same thing my dad said to me when I wanted to go see Rick Springfield, which I did go. What if Jesus comes back and you're at that concert?
Yikes.
I said he'll have to pick me up while I'm watching Rick Springfield.
I was like, I'll see you in heaven.
I don't think he's going to really hate Rick.
Right.
Don't be hating on Rick Springfield.
Come on.
Oh my gosh. Seriously.
I mean, the man. I mean, come on.
What does he sing?
It's not like he was singing "Highway to Hell" or something.
No.
I don't know. Oh, he sang "Jesse's Girl"
Oh, cute.
as well as some other
That's cute.
hits,
is
but
cute.
really, it was a one-hit wonder for the guy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
Oh,
man, when
man.
that song came on, we were all jumping.
I bet.
He did one
Yeah.
of these things.
That's what I did.
Oh my god.
Get out my way. I'm an 80s girl. Order in the court. Mukbang.
Money fund.
Mukbang.
I was like, what the frick?
Mukbang money fun. Let me just tell you that I did that mukbang in public.
I know.
That was awesome.
In public.
You know what's funny? I have
Was
no.
that Jeff's hamburger?
No, that was little Emma's rubbing
that-
little hands.
She was like, "Give me my hamburger back."
Right. Oh, food on my plate just tastes better for my kids.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Absolutely.
So was that your hamburger?
That was
you-
my hamburger.
That's what I thought, and then somebody took it.
That was
'Cause at
Emma.
first I was like, "Did she borrow somebody's hamburger for the
No.
mukbang?" Then I went,
my
"Probably
hamburger.
My
not."
hamburger looks good.
Yeah. It did.
Listen.
It
Those
did look
fries.
good, and the fries look good.
Man.
Oh, you did a good mukbang. All of you guys did. Y'all did a good mukbang.
Listen,
All very different.
I have no recollection of us doing one.
No,
for her
now
birthday.
that
and I'm
Birthday.
like,
Listen, I'm gonna
none.
remember.
I do
I
remember
know.
it. When she brought it up, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that.
No, I didn't until
And it
somebody
was
You
said
tried
Sarah.
to get
The
my
lady,
girl
yeah.
to do
Yeah, I
it, and
know,
because
and we
she wouldn't
couldn't.
get back to you.
But you didn't give me direction. You just said, just send me a video
Yeah.
with you eating. So I
Right.
did a whole like
I loved
moment.
it. It was perfect.
It was a good
No, it
moment.
wasn't.
And the music
it
in the
wasn't a
background.
mukbang.
We loved it.
No.
No, it was
No,
great.
it was good.
But yeah, I was shoving my face as I thought at one point that I was gonna choke.
She said 30 seconds. I was like, you're out of your
Yeah,
mind.
that's why I was like
You
eating
did
as
this in
fast as
30
I could,
seconds.
and I'm like, how do you do this? Because I didn't want to. It's already embarrassing enough to sit there and eat in front of a camera.
I kind of liked it.
Oh, I
So did she.
I know.
So did
Bother
Talia.
me a bit.
I know. I was like, this is terrible.
Wouldn't bother me. Pile it on, baby.
Oh man,
We
if you
did.
start seeing videos of me on
Oh
TikTok,
my gosh.
don't like ask questions.
I'm
Don't
just
ask
telling
questions.
you.
You did look like a
I
natural.
love mukbang. I only watch two people. Like I only watch two people, and I'm really down to only one watching because I can't get the other girl right now. For some reason, none of her stuff is coming up. But the other one, the lesbian, the Christian lesbian that wants to do
man.
her Bible study. They're sweet. They don't cuss. They don't do nothing.
Yeah.
They just need
They're
Jesus.
going to hell,
Yeah, right.
and they think they're saved.
Could
That's
you
the
Really
hard part.
bothers me because I
Yeah.
really want to get a hold of her and just talk to her.
Okay.
I do.
Let's make
She
it
still
happen.
she only has like 25,000 followers now.
Okay.
That's a lot.
That is, but it's not like my other girl who's like 1 million
Yeah.
in TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't know how many this girl has on TikTok. On Instagram, she's got like 25,000. She went from having nothing. She might be 40 something now. When I first started watching her, she was only like at 19,
Oh, wow.
maybe less, 15. And she's like, that's how fast you can exponentially grow.
No, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, TikTok is.
I know.
But she's not. That
over.
isn't TikTok because I'm not on TikTok. Well, I'm getting on TikTok
I got a
Well,
friend
unless
request
they
from
get
you.
rid of it in
Assuming
10
stays.
days.
Yeah.
because Sam Smalls is on there crying right now.
Oh my
Did you see her?
Oh,
She's
no,
on
I
there
didn't.
crying. She's worried that
They're gonna-
all her
I know,
dinero is
because-
going to be gone.
A lot of these creators make a ton.
These influencers.
Ton
A
of
ton
money.
of
She got her
money.
first. She got her first branding. What was she said last year?
Okay.
So like she's got some money.
Yeah.
Yes.
It depends on it. She just bought a new Suburban. I know a lot about this girl.
I know.
Just bought her new
The
Suburban.
fact that she lost 250 pounds, that's a person.
That's an adult
and some.
man.
And
yeah.
some.
and some.
That's Jer.
Right. That's
A whole
Jeff.
chair disappeared.
A whole
Literally.
individual.
That's wild.
That's
two
incredible.
women
Yeah.
and one man.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And her face doesn't look.
That's what I mean. That's what's impressive.
Yeah, like she looks good.
Yeah.
She
does.
really does. And for the most part, I mean, she carries baggage. She's damaged goods, but for the most part, she maintains. I mean, she needs
my
Jesus.
gosh.
She needs Jesus.
Oh,
But
yeah.
for like, I mean, she cries.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not a crier, so sometimes it's a little annoying.
Too much.
But
Too
it's
much.
a little too much. It's like she admits she has some mental issues, but
Fair.
not bad,
Yeah.
not too much.
yeah.
Like otherwise, I'd be going
Yeah.
scrolling. But
Right.
but a lot of her stuff is really like good content because it's like it's how you want to eat. Like if you're trying to watch your macros and
Right.
stuff like
Right.
that,
They're good ideas.
she has some phenomenal ideas on how to
Yes.
make your macros.
She'll even go to like fast food restaurants
Yeah.
Yes.
and tell you how to order.
Yeah.
Which that's why I started watching her.
Yeah.
Not that I go because I don't go to fast food, but I'm like, if I ever, this
I ever
stuff is
did.
gonna-
Right.
But she even tells you like Starbucks what to
Yeah.
order. She
Yeah.
tells you what you can make in your house with protein powders. Like she just made this coffee that I'm gonna do. But I'm just saying, like she's overall really good.
Yeah. She just needs Jesus.
She needs Jesus.
Well, and she needs
I'm
to
just
go.
the girl.
She needs to go on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. Like she needs to put herself
Yeah,
across
out there.
all the boards because
She's scared.
You
She's
never
running
know.
scared right
Yeah,
now.
You never know what's going to happen.
Can't put your eggs in one basket. Well,
Yeah.
she is on Instagram.
Okay, well
Yeah.
that's good.
And she has a pretty good following, but she has 1 million followers, I believe it is, on TikTok. Isn't that
Yeah,
correct?
I don't, and I don't,
I've never noticed.
and I don't know what the payout is on Instagram. I don't know if it's as good as TikTok.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
That's right. So
Yeah.
that's
Instagram is not the moneymaker.
right. But she could put her stuff on YouTube and not worry about getting hits. So like strikes. So she's
Yeah, probably,
safe.
she doesn't say nothing.
Yeah, so she should do that
She'd be
because
fine.
YouTube you can make money.
Yeah.
just can't get strikes.
Yeah, her niche is weight loss.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
You know how many grams of protein I've eaten so far today?
How many? 62.
50.
Okay, guys, you freaking ruin it for me because, like, how am I going to meet that?
How many do you usually
20.
eat? How many do you usually
You
eat?
suck, both of you.
It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You should be at least at 60.
Yeah. That's like two
That's half the
protein
day.
shakes.
Right.
Yeah, I hope.
That's like 42
Pick
of
it up.
Fair Life.
What are you at? 30?
I have,
And our little bar that
out of
we
the
love.
120 I'm supposed to eat, I only have 40 left.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
okay.
So that's more.
That's good.
That's more than what we said.
Yeah.
I know, but you ruined it because you went so high.
Oh, sorry.
Like you should have been going like 30,
20.
20.
Oh.
No.
Then I would have blown it out of the water.
I know your
No one
tricks.
told me that when I hit 40 that I would have to like track my protein.
Right. Where was this
You should have been
information?
tracking. Everybody, just so you
I
know,
don't track it.
you should track your protein no matter how
I
old you are.
track that thing like it's my job.
I don't.
Yeah.
Wait, why? What's the benefits?
Because when
Protein is huge.
for muscle, like to retain muscle, it's good to like have a healthy weight, BMI. Like there's just so much.
So much.
Protein is the key. And you don't have to eat like raw chicken. I'm not raw chicken, but just chicken.
Thank God.
I would never eat raw.
Get salmonella. Then you really lose weight.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say,
would know.
That's
No,
an
I only
option.
lost-
That's how I lost a lot of weight last year.
Oh,
Salmonella
my
poisoning for 2
goodness.
weeks. I was special.
But the
Actually,
older
longer than that.
the older you get, the like you should retain a lot of your muscle. Like
True.
you need to like really think
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, because as the older you get, the more muscle you lose.
Yeah.
It's just unless you're working out. Like Moses climbed that mountain. Why? Because he didn't sit on the couch
True.
when he got home with a plate of goodies or and then watch TV.
It's constantly active.
Moses was active. Like
Yeah.
he had walked in the desert for 40 years for crying out loud.
I mean,
I'll do
his
it.
step count was
Yeah.
so high.
I didn't have an Apple
Radical.
Watch.
But I'm just saying, so if we all should remain active, which I was not until
Yeah,
recently,
recently.
which I've never felt better.
Yeah.
In my life, I've never felt better.
It's over
both-
a year now, right?
2 years in June. I just what's so funny is one of the trainers, I love her. If you need a great trainer if you're looking for a really great trainer, and it's not expensive, but if you're looking for a great trainer, where I go, which is Elite, is it Elite Gym?
Yeah.
Elite Gym, Virginia there. Virginia.
Oh, yeah,
God bless
Virginia.
her. She's so flipping good.
Yeah.
she's constantly telling me what I'm doing wrong. But she's phenomenal. The things that she sets up for you, no matter where you're at, and if you're like the stuff that she has people doing that are way far more advanced than me is like they're like killing it, and they're my age and older.
Yeah.
Like it's impressive.
Right.
And then people who aren't even where I'm at, that are first starters or just can't do it, like she has them building. I mean, she's so good. but she took a video. I didn't know this. I was doing back on Monday, and our upper body, and she did a video of my back. I could not believe how far I've come. I sent it to Mags. She almost started crying.
Listen, you don't realize it because you don't look at your back.
No.
And when
No.
you don't even like focus on your back, if you're doing anything that's
Yeah.
like push-ups or anything, it all connects to your back. I remember that, like being
It's
like, oh my
crazy.
gosh. And then you don't
The
even
back
focus
of
on
my
it.
head, the back of my
Right.
body is none of my business.
None of my business.
I have
So
no
then when
idea.
you find out, it's
It was
exciting.
shocking.
I bet.
Well, I know the front ain't that good. The back looks way better than the front by
exciting.
a lot.
It's
But I
exciting.
was just like, holy moly. I sent it to
fun.
Max. I was like, look at this. You're not going to believe it. She's like,
awesome.
I'm going to look at this every day because this is so encouraging for me.
Yeah.
I love
but I
that.
wouldn't. That's why challenging. I'm going to challenge you because somebody challenged me. Eat macros. Macros are your carbs, your calories, and your proteins. If you pay attention to those, and they have great apps for them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you pay attention to those daily, and I eat, I don't feel like I'm missing anything. I love what I'm eating.
Yeah.
And they've got some really great stuff out there so you don't feel like you're missing out on anything.
Right.
Even Costco. Me and Vanessa were talking about this. Costco's got some really
Yes.
good. What's that stuff that I send you? Like, those dinners that they're already made, but they're not dinners. Like you can make. It's for your whole family. It's that one person. It's just
Is
one
it
person's name.
Kevin's?
Kevin's.
Yes.
Kevin's is so
Yep.
good.
I was there yesterday. I got some.
Instead of buying like something at Publix that has all this crap in it, you can go and get Kevin's, which is basically the same price at Costco, but it's super healthy, it's clean,
Right.
and it tastes so good. And for
Sign me
me,
up.
like I can survive off of Kevin's for like 3 days.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's
3
convenient.
meals.
Yeah.
Super convenient. Really
I
good.
love that.
But watch your macros, and then, like Tom said on Sunday, hit the streets, walk for
Just go walk.
30 minutes to an hour,
Yeah.
change everything
If
for
I
you.
walk for an hour, that's almost 10,000 steps for me.
Yeah. Same.
And I
Did
can
I-
hit that in the morning. No
If
problem.
you spend this is one of the things that Tom does. His first hour that he's walking, because he usually does 2, or he does an hour and a half to 2 hours in the morning, and then he does at night. But he spends his first hour every day in prayer.
I love it.
And he
love
does it
that.
while he's walking.
Yep.
He's in the woods.
in
It's
nature,
quiet.
The sun is out.
And you
like-
might say, well, I don't have the woods, so it's going to be streets. But you have sidewalks. Or you can go somewhere,
Totally.
Yeah.
drive somewhere, and just spend that time with the Lord every morning. The
Imagine.
first
If
hour.
you're in Port Charlotte, there's a Ollie's Pond. I used to live by it. Our rental was by it, and I walked that pond. One lap is 1 mile around the
Oh,
pond.
interesting.
It's and it's beautiful, gorgeous. So Ollie's Pond, Port Charlotte.
Yeah, do
Check it
that.
out.
Do that. Good. But I'm not a big New Year's resolution person. We started our thing, and then they quit on me in June. We started it in June. Oh my
True.
gosh, Natalia had me crying laughing this morning.
What was she doing?
I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, both of us are not the most coordinated individuals,
gosh.
but she's so flipping girly. Like we were supposed to. I wish I would have videotaped it.
I was gonna say,
was
these are the times.
crying,
when you
and
need
then
Talia.
Karen, and then Carrie, the owner.
Yeah.
like I'm laughing I'm doing the hope laugh.
Yes,
like
I
I
love the
can't
hope laugh.
control.
Me too. It's
the
my
hope laugh.
favorite.
So she looks over, and I'm like bent over. I can't even barely stand. It was. Oh my gosh! I can't even think about it, or I'll start laughing. But so Carrie looks over. She's like, "What is going on?" And then she sees her, and she's trying not to laugh because
Right.
Right. She's the trainer.
Right.
she's the
You gotta
trainer.
be professional.
But I'm like, you can laugh because she's horrible. Like, and then she starts laughing. Like you're supposed to punch. Like
Oh,
you step back and
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
doing these stretches,
Mm-hmm.
and she's going like this.
Oh, yes.
Like this in
Why
the
did
air.
you not record that?
I was like, and she's serious.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm doing the warm up punch. And I'm like,
No, you're not.
No, you're not. I'm like, you obviously have never fought a day in your life.
Oh,
Because
no.
it's this. But it's so bad because she's tall.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
She's beautiful. And,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, girl,
Oh my God.
please stop. I was dying though. It was so, I'm not even doing it justice. It was so
Oh my
freaking funny
gosh.
because she's not coordinated.
That's fun.
That's even more fun.
Yeah, you burn more calories laughing. So
True.
instead of crying.
Oh my gosh, it was great. Okay, so we have wasted
So much.
I don't know how much
20
time.
minutes.
So sorry, but it's great to have Vanessa back. The
It
team
feels
is back.
So good to be
team is
back.
back
It
in
feels like
town.
forever.
It does.
Like-
This one felt long.
This one did feel long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it
Me
because
too.
I painted my bedroom. I painted my bathroom and my laundry room. I got all of
Got
that
things
done,
done,
along
right.
with paperwork.
Yes.
But
This looks great.
oh, thank you.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I love those two colors that I chose. Really nice. Okay, so we're not going to listen. We're going to skip past so we don't waste time, but we're going to skip past like the Rumble, like and share, comment. You know how to do that. Please share, like and comment and yada yada yada, and you know where the merch stuff is, and
Send us emails.
yeah,
Send questions.
Send questions in.
Yeah.
We need questions.
Yeah.
Which we are getting
Yeah.
a lot of questions, but
Yeah.
keep them coming.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to hit what's going on because if you're paying attention to social media right now, which I have very little, but the little I have seen, people are what's going on. We saw this in Maui. But the thing is Hawaii is so far away that people are like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's Hawaii.
It's too bad. Yeah.
Too bad, so sad.
Yeah.
But then when it hits America, as far as in the physical, because Hawaii, everybody thinks, well, that's paradise, and I have to cross the water to get over there, right? The ocean to get over there. But this is now where it's even though Hawaii is a United States state, it seems to be different.
It's like in our backyard.
yeah,
feels like it's like
even
right
though
here.
it's across the
Yeah,
states,
but it feels close.
it feels closer than Hawaii. And
It does.
I've listened, those people in Maui, wasn't it Maui that it hit?
Yeah.
But what was the town it was in Maui? I can't remember the name of the town. Does it say?
Say
Tom's told me I don't know how many times. Or has said it so many times. He has it memorized.
Lahana. Yeah. Okay. LAH.
Yep, it's Lahana.
Yeah,
Thank
INA.
you. God bless it. But that's in Maui. Those people are not rich people. Those people, those
know.
hit suburb towns. These are not like people who are living in Honolulu.
Right.
Honolulu is very wealthy. Maui is not. I mean, these are people like that live like us.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very expensive to live in Hawaii, but still, like, what happened to them, was devastating.
Yeah.
And that's now what's happening in Los Angeles is happening to the poor and to the rich. It's hitting across the board. But what people always said about Maui, what I heard is it's an act of God, which is what we have in contracts. If you're selling real estate, there's an act of God part of the contract. If for some reason there's an act of God and there's a hurricane that comes through or there's a fire that happens, anything that would cause destruction to that property, it's called an act of God. And so, or an earthquake or something like that, that eliminates the buyer from having to purchase the property. Well, that's what people tend to believe. They believe like what's going on in Los Angeles and Maui and even us with these hurricanes, that they're acts of God. And I'm here to tell you, they're not. It's just like personal decisions we make. Sometimes life happens and Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy, like I talked about on Wednesday, which is John 10:10. But then there are times that people make personal choices that cause their own demise. And that's not an act of God. And that's not like God heaping vengeance or judgment, which is another thing that people are saying, that this is God's judgment on Los Angeles or the state of California. I disagree. That's not, I mean, Can God do that? Yeah, he can, and he will do that in the book of Revelations. But for me right now, I don't believe that's what the case is, because people did stupid things that have caused this to happen. And because of that, the people of California, specifically Los Angeles, Palisades, Malibu, and what's the other one? Did we ever find that out?
Is it Sunset Boulevard?
Well, Sunset Boulevard is a part, I believe, of Los Angeles.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's sections that are now at the hands of people making bad decisions. There's mass destruction, and God's got nothing to do with it. But I believe that you'll see the hand of God have everything to do with them rising again and major restoration. See, I see right now, and I think it's just the beginning, because and you guys can tell me if you think I'm wrong about this, but for the first time in a long time, I'm seeing people that I thought I would never see, or the people in certain positions that I thought I would never see, talk about the Lord, talk about being saved. Like Tucker Carlson. He was an atheist, basically an atheist. He wanted nothing to do. And he really didn't have anything to do. But I've heard him talk more about God and be inquisitive about him.
Yeah.
Russell Brand. Come on.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
Come
been
on.
radically
Changed.
Yes.
There's like in there, these are people who are Catholic, but if you look at Mark Wahlberg, who is like he's risking it all talking about the Lord.
Yeah.
Because he's still very heavily involved in Hollywood. And Hollywood, be conservative and a Christian, you're screwed.
Yeah.
But even be a Christian. And these people are coming out. And I'm just giving you 3, but there are so many more. What were you going to say?
That podcast guy that has like the #1 podcast. What's his name?
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Joe
He's
Rogan
another
is
one.
like atheist.
Like self-proclaimed atheist, but he's also like the guests that he's bringing on lately.
And he's even talking about the Lord.
Yes.
He's even talking about end times, tribulation.
Yes. Yeah.
I believe that God is shaking things and for the good when evil is trying to prevail in the bad. God, I don't believe for 1 second is doing this. I don't believe it. I mean, do I think that he can? Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But I think evil has done it. Again,
100%.
Satan comes to steal, kill, and destroy.
Right.
Absolutely.
But Jesus said, but I've come to give you life and more abundantly.
Yeah.
That's what the finishing part of it
Right.
says.
Yeah.
So I don't believe for a second, but I believe that if things progressively go in the way of people standing up for the Lord and big name people start rising up and hearts are changed, because really the only way to change, like everybody believes that debating or becoming a conservative will change the world. It's not going to change the world. The only thing that changes the world is the heart. Yeah. And the heart, when it turns to the Lord, changes everything.
Yes.
Yep.
So you change the heart of man and you make that a righteous person, a righteous individual, that's when you're going to see things turn around for this country. And I believe
100%.
the Lord knows that the time is coming. Like, I don't believe he's going to come any day now. I don't believe that, because there's certain things that have not come to pass. But do I think that God is fighting tooth and nail for every single person? Yeah, I do, because he sees that Satan is running scared.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that California, I think Gavin Newsom is in big trouble.
Oh yeah.
Big
yeah.
big trouble.
So many people.
The
are.
mayor, I think, is in big trouble.
Oh,
These people shut off the water like they did in Maui. They shut off the water. The mayor, go ahead, tell.
Yeah, she defunded the fire, like cut the budget in the fire department. Like
Tom had this on his
recently.
podcast.
Yeah. Just crazy. And California is known for their fires.
Right.
Like it is a fire hazard. Like
Why is
like
that? Do you
hurricanes?
know why? Do you know why it is? They don't do control burns.
Right, because I think it's Australia also has the kind of the same climate, and they
Environmental.
they mitigate it. They do things and they never have problems with fire. Why is it that we do?
Right.
Because we don't, environmentalists
Right.
have ruined, this is where people
Right.
making bad decisions cause and effect.
Yep.
Come on.
True.
If
You
you
reap
make
what
a
you sow.
decision, if you make a decision, there's going to be consequences, good or bad. There's going to be consequences for your decision. People forget about this. And if you vote a certain way,
Right.
you might not want to vote like you've been voting.
Does this mean California is turning red, you think?
I think California was already red. It's just pockets like Los Angeles and pockets where it's very liberal. But the state, if you go Northern California, except for San Francisco, if you go, they even say San Diego is red.
Wow.
That's what I've heard, but I don't know because there's so much cheating that you don't really know. San Diego is got military in there, a lot of
Oh, yeah.
military,
Yep.
and military tend to be very conservative. Okay, so I don't know. I've heard San Diego's red, but a lot of the state is actually red. It's like New York. New York City
True.
is really what makes New York
Yeah.
liberal.
'Cause if
The
you-
rest of the state is not.
If you leave the city, it's very red. It's just
Yeah.
the city.
Yeah. So for me, I don't know. For me, I sit there and go, if you voted these people in, then you voted their policies in. And so for me, that says, okay, well, you get what you ask for. But that doesn't mean that God can't fix it. And that doesn't mean God can't restore it. And that doesn't mean you can't fix you. Because Lord knows, I mean, I've been stupid. I've made some bad decisions. I got my life right with God. And then he unraveled the yarn and the mess. Oh, what a tangled web we weave, which I did.
True.
So God will fix it. And I believe if things go the right way as they could, I believe we'll see something very good come out of something very bad. And I'm believing the same thing, but I believe wholeheartedly this was a setup, this was a plan. And they've had, I was telling the girls, and you guys, if they don't watch the TLP, my husband's podcast, like you'll learn so much of not like conspiracy theorist things,
Right.
factual, actual things. But I was telling them they had a budget to replace all of these electrical poles that are causing these fires. They're like almost 100 years old,
Yep.
maybe 75 years old. Those things were people. Budgets were made to replace these. They haven't replaced them. So when they pop and the sparks fly, they're causing fires,
Of course.
along with the homeless. The homeless have been causing the fire. The one
And they've had winds, like record-breaking winds
Yeah.
right now
Yep.
in the area
And-
that is
and
causing like
do you not
embers.
think it's like I say the wrong side for my ear because I want to pull my hair back because
Okay.
my
Close your
hoodie is
eyes.
driving me crazy. It's like when the hurricanes hit.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to believe this if you don't want to, but they literally have footage of them stirring up these storms for us. It's not.
Record-breaking winds. And there's
I
reports.
believe that's
Yeah.
potentially. I don't know if it's true, but
Yeah.
listen, if they can cause hurricanes, they can cause winds.
And it's said that a lot of the insurance companies canceled their like fire insurance for a lot of people who lived in that area.
Yes.
Like recently, like a month ago.
Yes.
Yep.
So they lost and listen, what's the average home in California? In that area. It's not, listen, the average in like New Jersey is over $1 million. It's crazy.
That is.
In California, it's
Yeah.
worse.
It's almost $1 million, 956,000 to 967,000.
For the average,
Los
and
Angeles.
this is not a great house, guys.
No.
This is like
No.
a shack.
Right. This is median, like the middle of the road.
Show them. You guys need to see this devastation because we're gonna pray. one of the things is we have power and authority, right? And our power and authority supersedes anything that Satan's trying to do.
Yep.
So even if these people voted for these people to come in and make bad decisions, God can change and he can permeate the hearts of these individuals. Right now, the best time people get saved, some of the best times when you're ripe for the picking, when you hit the lowest of the low.
True.
And Joan Rivers' daughter, I can't remember her name, said they've lost everything. Melissa said everything from her mom's, everything that the family owned that meant anything or was of value of anything. Like these people have lost, like when they could sell autographs and mementos and stuff like that are of value. That collectors would take. Like these things are part of their, what do you call that when you die?
Legacy?
Not legacy, but it's what people have that they pass on that's worth money.
It's not inheritance.
Yeah, it is. That's the word.
I'm thinking it's
It's a part of the inheritance that they got, which is worth money. Some of these collector items are inheritances to the family that they can sell and earn more money or keep, live a certain lifestyle. And listen, people have used what their parents have passed down to them as collector items and sold them off and made huge money. Well, all that went up in smoke. And that people forget that stuff. So these people, if their insurances, like people who were of wealth lost their house, and if it wasn't insured, they now got nothing.
Right.
They can't replace it.
Right.
Because they have no insurance unless they have means above that, which some of them do. Some of them have large bank accounts, but some people buy these homes as their investments because they don't want to put it in the bank. But on top of that, they don't want to pay taxes.
Right. Yep.
So they use this and they kind of hide their money away. So like this could be devastating for people
Yeah.
because a lot of times real estate is your best investment. Not in this case.
True.
So it's devastating for people for many, many reasons. They've lost all of their family, like photos and
Yeah. Yeah.
Furniture. Like some people have antiques that have been passed down, and that means stuff to people.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's just not the money; it's the sentimental value.
Yep.
So, but I was going to say is a lot of times in these situations, you're ripe. When you for me, I was ready to come back to the Lord because I was pretty low. The only way I was going to go is either further down or climb out and get back up.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's what will happen for these people. But show this stuff that's so on the top. It's what it looked like before on the same road going the same way, and now this is what it looks like after. I mean, there's no walls. Like Tom said last night, he used this one too. Actually, he's like, it was so hot it burnt the brick walls down.
Yep. That's like insane.
The fire was that hot.
These are just kind of like satellite images of the different areas.
Unbelievable. So those were homes that are now no longer existing. Whole subdivisions
Right.
completely gone. Just, it's devastating to me. Like, it's so sad. Like, and people will say, and is this biblical proportions? 100%. Yeah, I believe it is. But I believe it's at the hands of man, not at the hands of God. Sometimes I've said this so many times. Sometimes, what we do to ourselves is far worse than whatever Satan could have thought of. Like he sits back and goes, "Oh, I couldn't have thought of that myself. That's pretty good." Yeah. We do things to ourselves that nobody had to do. We did it. And in my opinion, a lot of this is all man's fault. Yeah. Do I think Satan has a little bit to do with it? Yeah, I do, because it's scriptural, and second of all, these people are evil, a lot of them. So they're not thinking righteously or at what the benefit of people are. It's only what's beneficial to me. But if Governor Newsom would have done the right things and had water on, if the mayor would have not defunded the fire department, if there had been control burns, and instead of letting environmentalists run and rule and lobbyists and dictate what goes on in the state of California, and Governor Newsom, he gets paid by these people. He gets like little kickbacks and things like that. Thank you. So he has reasons not to do certain things, and it's usually influenced heavily by money. So, but if you don't vote him in, guess what happens?
True.
Things can change, like the Gulf of Mexico now being the Gulf of America.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Things can change rapidly depending on who you vote for.
Yeah.
So let's just pray. I'm going to pray really quick. Let's pray for these people, because no matter where they stand on the aisle, whether they're saved or not saved, conservative or liberal, they're people. They have families. Financially, this is just going to devastate a lot of people.
Yep.
And for me, the money's a big deal, but life and family heirlooms and things like that, those hold more value to me than the almighty dollar. So when you lose things like that, you lose history. And a lot of times in my family, we have things, we've got postcards of that family sent to one another before the phone existed.
Yeah.
I actually am the one that was blessed to get these postcards that family sent to each other just to say hi, because there's no phone. So they would write each other on postcards. And to lose that would be sad, because that's part of my family heritage and history, and to see just conversations that existed that you would never know about before the phone happened, because phone doesn't record things. So that's super important. So let's just pray really quick for these people, and let's pray for recovery, miraculous recovery and redemption from them. Heavenly Father, we just come to you right now, Lord. And I know you see the hearts of each and every single one of these people and the brokenness that they are experiencing. I ask, Lord God, that this would be a time that they would draw near to you. If they don't know you, Lord, that they would come to know you. And if they do know you, Lord, help them to rise up, become a stronger, more warrior-like person, and who knows their strength, put their armor on that you've given them, and then they would be a true witness to others of what redemption and recovery look like in the midst of devastation and destruction. And Lord, I ask that it would be a witness to the ones that don't know you, so that they will come to know you. But Lord, like I said, it's ripe for the pickings. The harvest is perfect to win the lost. Send in. I know that Jonathan and Adalis are starting up a church in March in Los Angeles. Lord, bring them in. Bring in the lost. Help them see the truth. Help them become stronger in their walks with you. And if they don't know you, help them to become a believer and strong in what your word says and the blessings and the benefits that only you provide. And from the ashes, rise it back up and prove to everyone and anyone looking that says that's a naysayer, says it's not possible. It's impossible for those who believe. And I just ask that you be with these people, their hearts, and console them, and bring joy back to them. And we praise you and we thank you for this in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen.
I have compassion like never before now.
Yeah.
When I see that, having gone through Hurricane Ian,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
I have compassion for people, because before I just never, thought, oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
And you didn't even think like, oh, I'm glad that's not me.
Right.
You were just like, that's sad.
Right.
Now I'm like, I know what they're going to have to go through. I'm still going through it with this building.
Yeah.
I know what they're going to have to go through, and for how long, I don't know. But even though we're going through it with this building, God is faithful.
Amen.
Always.
With our houses, God is faithful, and how you live it and walk through it makes a difference. So it can be like something that you're bummed out and you're allowed to depress you, or you focus on, or you can say, God's got this. I'm going to cast my cares on him, for he cares for me. I'm not going to let it own me. I'm giving it to him. He's going to take care of it. Now I'm going to be about his business. And that's when you have him, it changes everything. So I hope for these people, especially, well, a lot of them probably don't know him. So hopefully they do get to, and then he'll just become more real to them. But I feel for these people. I really do. Because it's, people are like, oh, that's just the wealthy. Not all of them are wealthy people.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of them aren't.
It's true.
A lot of them, it was everything.
Right.
Everything they have is there.
Right.
And it's gone.
Yeah.
And imagine not having insurance.
I know.
Right.
I mean, insurance doesn't really want to give you anything anyway, but at least it's a little bit of something.
Right.
To help you get started.
Yeah. So be praying for those people. Think about them and
Yeah.
keep them on your hearts and your minds. I only got 16 minutes. I'm going to do my sponsors really quick, and then we're going to go to this thing really quick. I just can't get over it. I want to spend time on it, but holy crap, I just cannot get over this question. And I'm going to keep going. Let's go to our sponsors. Laura Keller and the Real Estate Appraisal Associates of Southwest Florida has been in business since 2005. She is a Florida State certified residential appraiser and has been for 24 years. With 3 locations, Lakewood Ranch, Port Charlotte, and Tampa. She can assist almost anyone, anywhere. And Laura Keller and the Real Estate Appraisal Associates is one of the most trusted appraisal companies in Southwest Florida. And they have done approximately 10,000 appraisals. That is nuts. And are approved by over 300 banks, lenders, and government entities all over the United States. Her company does appraisals for just about everything. Residential properties up to 4 units. They work with FEMA using the 50% rule, selling estates, probate situations, inherited properties where the heir or heirs are not local and need the appraisal for their attorney, step-up and basis appraisal for capital gain taxes, and they also provide assistance in selling properties. If you give her a call, tell her that you heard about it from the Hope Hotline, and you will receive a $50 discount. You can reach her at 941-743-3700, 941-743-3700. Hanson Automotive Services has been in business since 2017 with 20 years experience. They do everything from oil changes to tires to AC work to engine repair and replacement. I would know because I'm going there after this to pick up my vehicle. Actually, my husband's vehicle. Me and Tal. They are not just motivated to do their best, they are auto-motivated, and their business lives by Proverbs 16:3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. And you can contact him at 941-460-3962, 941-460-3962. Okay, the question here is, and you guys can tell me, I might have to run this over into Wednesday of next week. I might have to do a continued.
Yeah. Fair.
But this is crazy. I had never heard of this before, and you guys might not have either. It's like gentle parenting. Never heard of it before until you guys told me. What the crap is gentle parenting? Oh, it's not parenting at all. That's what it is. It's letting your kid run amok
Basically.
and run you.
Literally.
And run you. Unbelievable. So, and Christians subscribe to it. That's what kills me. Let's not listen to the word of God. Let's listen to our friends, an idiot psychiatrist. Okay. We're not here to talk about gentle parenting. We're here to talk about toxic masculinity. Have you guys ever heard of that?
Yes.
I have.
I have not.
Because you're not on TikTok.
Because you're not on TikTok.
Yeah. Okay. So get this. This is the question. I have been seeing a lot of videos talking about toxic masculinity. Have you, Vanessa?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Have you,
It's
Tracy?
popped up.
I sure have.
On TikTok?
On TikTok.
Obviously, Talia has, because she said she's seen it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is crazy. Did you guys think it was crazy?
the videos, like,
Yeah.
I mean, in general it is, yes. But when you actually see the videos, it's like a whole nother level.
Like, what are the videos?
Because it's like real life. Like, it's usually like a husband and a wife, and the wife is like walking her husband through like how to like not be toxic anymore. Like, it's all about like the husband-wife concept.
Okay.
And how the husband has like been very toxic, and she's trying to remove the toxic masculinity from him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's nuts. And if I was a man, I would feel like a woman. If I
Right.
was, I mean, I literally would feel like the biggest
In
wuss
essence,
on
like
the face of the
a
earth.
lesbian relationship.
Right.
That's what Tom calls a lesbian relationship.
Yeah.
And
With
these-
a penis.
And these guys usually look very masculine.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
No
That's
way.
what's so bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find one.
Oh my gosh. Okay. please see if you can find one.
Well.
I'm not kidding you.
I'll look. Too.
I might be able to find this one.
Okay. It says, I have been seeing a lot of videos talking about toxic masculinity and how we as wives need to break our husbands out of the cycle. I even saw a video where they set up a camera and a woman was sitting on the floor with her husband and he was crying. Okay. And the caption was POV, which means point of view, just for some of you, because I didn't know what POV was for, I don't know how, for however long.
Oh,
I mean,
my
I didn't know what POV meant, and I didn't care enough to find out. Now I've known for quite some time. But for those of you who don't know what POV means, I'm helping you out. Point of view, you and your husband have been working through his toxic masculinity for the last 5 years, and he finally gets it. I think it's sad she humiliated her husband like that on social media. I thought hearing from you about this would be interesting since Pastor Tom has mentioned some people claim he's a misogynist. But what are your thoughts on the whole toxic masculinity trend? I have a lot of thoughts, and they're not good, just so you know. They're not good. And if there's any women in this that are listening to me that believe in this crap or subscribe to it, what is that you're trying to show me?
I found it.
Okay.
Me and Talia both found it at the same time.
Can you show that?
So this is it. I took a screenshot, so I don't have to download it. But
Holy
that's so they literally did. The phone is set up behind them. This is not their TikTok. It's somebody that's basically saying this is ridiculous. But he's crying to her, and she's sitting there like with him. Like their legs are crossed. You can see their body language. But they set this camera up, which is the most embarrassing part of this. Like
they're in the bathroom.
They're in the
They
bathroom.
should be embarrassed about
They
that.
set the camera up, and then they sat on the ground together and then recorded this, and he's crying to her.
Holy crap.
That gives me the ick.
I mean, can you imagine? And then what do they do? Stop crying and then go grab the phone?
Ew.
Right? Right.
And you have to like edit this and then upload it.
Right.
So it's a process to even like for us to even see that. Could you?
Right. That's
That's mental
And then-
illness.
That's
and
mental
then, well, you know what that is? It's brainwashing.
it's 100% brainwashing.
This is not like, this is brainwashing at
It
its
is.
finest.
Yeah.
It's deception.
Go drink the Kool-Aid, dude, because what's going to happen is she's going to kill you in Kool-Aid with Kool-Aid. Jim Jones in it. Big
Ooh,
time.
Jim Jones.
I'm just telling you, this is nothing more than brainwashing. This is crazy crap right here.
Yes.
And if there's anybody within the sound of my voice that's for this, you might want to shut me off because I'm about to piss you off. And I don't use that word very much, but this makes me mad.
Yeah.
I'm about to make you really mad. This is crap at its finest. A manipulating shrew would do this.
Is this birth out of like the feminist movement?
I don't know, but I
think it's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Toxic masculinity.
I've heard about it for a while.
Well, you know what? You might be right because I actually looked up, because I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is toxic masculinity? And there is actually a definition for it in Webster's dictionary.
Oh,
I
I didn't know
could
that.
not believe it.
Yeah.
It's considered a noun.
It's
considered a
noun.
It's a noun. What is a noun? People, place, or thing. What is that?
I said past.
What do you mean?
she knew what a
Tess?
noun was.
Oh.
Such a good girl.
My gosh. Don't even get me started on
Yeah,
that,
that's true.
sister.
Okay, toxic masculinity.
Yes. Let's go back to toxic
Let's go.
masculinity.
Let's go.
Because
No, don't do it. No.
Talia doesn't want me to mother her right now. Her mother would probably be going like this.
I did it.
You
Oh my
did.
God.
Proud of you. Okay. It is a set of attitudes and ways of behaving stereotypically associated with or expected of men, regarded as having a negative impact on men and on society as a whole. So this is what it says, in quotes, the destructive messages associated with toxic masculinity can lead to men feeling entitled to engage in violence against women. Okay, that's not the normal man.
Yeah. That's
What men do you know that are violent towards women? Men that are in jail.
Right.
Hello?
Fair.
I mean, come on.
I know.
Criminals. How about you just use criminals instead of toxic masculinity? And even some of those criminals aren't toxic in their masculinity. They're just idiots. They're thieves and stuff like that. But they would still treat a woman. They might rob from her, but they're not going to be violent with her. So here's my research. Do you have that?
Yeah.
Do you have that thingy?
Oops, coming up. This one?
Yeah. Will you remove the little black screen that I have on my? See that thing? Can you see what I have on my screen?
Yep, sure do.
Yep. Perfect. You want to put that on? So, there I found 4 common signs of toxic masculinity. You can put that up.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my gosh, this is just freaking ridiculous. I'm literally in shock. Like, okay. The first one is, who does he open the door for? If a man holds the door open for a woman, but not other men, he's only doing it as an obligation or a display of pride formed by the ideas of toxic masculinity. This is nuts, people.
Nuts.
So if a man holds the door for only women, he's toxic.
That's stupid.
Who makes these rules?
Idiots. Whoever made up toxic masculinity, an idiot. Like, I love when men hold the door for me. I'm like, do it all day long.
All day.
Yeah.
All day long, you can do it. I think chivalry is sexy.
Yes. Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
Absolutely. Oh, gosh.
All day long. Hold the freaking door for me. Lift crap for me. Carry my bag for me.
Yeah. Open my glass jar that I can't open up myself.
All day long.
Yeah.
I literally, idiots. Okay. Next one is, where's the emotion? Toxic masculinity often leads men feeling like they cannot express negative emotions properly. A lot of men are afraid to feel vulnerability, hindering their personal relationships. Listen, I'm not proud about this, but I dated a lot of guys from all walks of life. Pretty, like, business-wise, very, like, successful in business to, like, didn't have anything to their name. I mean, I started dating Tom, and he didn't even own a car. So, from people who had something to people who had nothing, to even, like, dealing on a personal level with professional athletes. So, like, really, and I had to deal with their personal lives. So I knew about their personal lives. And this is such bullcrap, I can't even tell you.
I know.
I don't know anybody like this.
Did you see who started this?
No. Oh, dear God.
Oh, that makes sense.
That makes total sense. Put that.
That's her. So it's R.W. Connell. This was like 1980s to 1990s is the work of sociologists and men's study scholars like her. This is where it all began. And then it got popular in 2010 because of the Me Too. But that's who started this.
And you know what? She's bitter. She's a bitter
She looks like a man.
woman
She looks-
that nobody liked
mean,
or nobody paid attention to. Or, I mean, she's a bitter, she's a bitter, angry woman. Oh, dear God, that's another one.
Yeah, that's her.
Do we know that
That's
she's not a
her.
man?
That looks like a different.
That's
See,
her.
seriously,
That's her.
let's think about this. Like, people are taking notes from a person that looks like this.
I'm just saying.
What in the world?
That's her.
I don't think they know that's where that came from.
Well, according to my studies, this is one of the biggest sociologists and men's study scholars like R.W. Connell, who explore the concept of something masculinity, hegemonic, and that's where all this stuff started coming from. Apparently, that's what it says. Gain
Yeah.
traction.
But like on TikTok, I doubt
Yeah.
anybody is looking. They just follow
Right.
a trend.
Oh yeah,
That's what I
absolutely.
mean. People-
Right.
like, people on
Yeah.
TikTok
So
Well,
if they
that
knew that person
right.
was the one that came up with this stuff, they might rethink it. Nobody ever does research.
No,
That's part of the problem here.
No.
ever.
That's the reason
But
why
you have to ask
people took
questions
the
like
jab.
that. Like, where did this get birth from? That's what made me think of this. Yeah, I wonder, like, was it from feminism? But when the Me Too Me Too thing came out, this gained traction again, and that's probably why we're seeing it on TikTok.
Unbelievable.
Insane.
Let's keep going.
Let's do it.
Oh, why did I do that? Benevolent sexism. Come on. What an oxymoron, right? But it's true. When men advance a favorable or alternate attitude towards women, typically it's rooted in toxicity. The next one is who raised him? Who raised her? That's what I want to know. What's his dad like? Men learn behaviors from their fathers. So however their fathers deal with emotions is mostly like how they've learned to handle theirs. That's toxic masculinity in a nutshell right there, is what they're saying that thing is.
Yeah.
So why can't we say that about women? I know boys, I know men who are raised only by women, and they hate women. They
too.
legitimately hate women. And actually, rape is usually, now the statistics may have changed since it's been many years, but a lot of times people who rape people, men who rape, and women rape too, though. Not as much, but men who rape women or rape people stems a lot of times from pornography. Like, I think that's the number one reason why people rape people is pornography. The pornography doesn't satisfy them anymore. So now everything grows. It expounds on each other, and so then they start thinking about what would it be like, and then they feel like to some extent they start their imagination on what it would be like no longer satisfies them. Now they have to experience it in real form.
Right.
It's like people with murder. People fantasize about murdering somebody until they're like, I'm just going to do it. Which is just what somebody just got sentenced to prison because people asked him, why did you murder this person? He was like, I just wanted what it was like. I had imagined it, and I finally was like,
Power of
What
the
would this be like?
imagination.
power of the imagination. We're warned against it in the Bible continuously. But I know men that I don't know them personally. I've known of men that when they were studied and asked, why did you do this? They hated women because women in their life were never nice to them.
Yep.
So they hated women. So that was their way of paying back women.
Yep.
But here's the thing. In all actuality, do I believe that that's true? Yeah, I do believe that's true because, listen, I went through a really bad relationship. And because of that, I was very angry and bitter inside towards men. I never went gay or anything like that. But Some women do because of a bad, bitter relationship with a man. They are like, I give up on men. Screw them. They go to the women because they hate men so much. When you despise something, sometimes there's cause and effect from that. But for me, I couldn't stand men. So guess what I did? I was mean to them. I literally would go out of my way to be mean to guys because I had been so hurt from a relationship.
Yep.
And some people might not know what that's like, but I believe that it can happen. People will respond to how they've been treated. But like to say that men are toxic because of men or being raised by a man, well, what's the excuse for women then? A guy that's been raised by a woman? What are you guys looking at?
We just got some updated information about our friend.
I told you. Didn't I tell you?
Trans woman.
I told you.
Trans woman. Not only is she a trans woman, but she identifies as a feminist and dangerously lefty. He transitioned later in life. But that is...
So we're listening to
Yeah.
a man
How
that
wild.
thinks he is a woman. Oh, I'm going to go off.
Is that
This
not
is mental illness right here.
wild?
And people are listening to this idiot.
Yes.
Right.
And sitting with their husbands on the ground, making
I
them...
knew it. I saw that face. I was like, that's a man.
You did. You totally
I thought
called
that
it.
this the ugly. I personally was like, that is one of the ugliest women,
Right.
I've
and
ever
that's why
seen.
she acts like that. Yeah, I know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I know
Because
you
no
are.
man wants you, so now you're angry with men.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's because it's a man.
She's the toxic one.
Yeah.
This is like mind
Or
blowing.
he. I'm not.
Oh, I'm gonna blow the lid off this
All
sucker.
right.
He, she, they, them.
Zimzer.
What the crap?
That's wild, man.
Yo.
That's why it's important to do a little bit of studying. If you're going to sit on the floor with
Right.
your husband and have him do this theology of
And brainwash him?
and brainwash him, at
Oh,
least know who
man.
you're brainwashing
No, thank
with.
you.
That's who you're holding hands with.
Is
This
that
person.
woman? Or
Right there.
excuse me, that guy.
Yes, this
Because I
man.
ain't no woman.
This man. is who
What
you're
was
holding.
his name originally?
So on it says RW and then this I don't know Ray Wynn because I'm like, why is the name different? But it's RAEWYN. So I thought maybe they just shortened it RW. But the Wikipedia now reflects it as a woman's name, Ray Wynn Cannell. Usually cited as RW. So
I can, seriously.
it's pretty wild.
Okay, I'm going to get to this. And then I'm going to get to, before I get to my opinion, because we'll finish this with my opinion on Monday, or excuse me, Wednesday. But let me just tell you this. It says toxic masculinity is a term that describes the negative aspects of exaggerated masculine traits that men and boys are pressured to conform to. They're not pressured. That's who they are.
Right.
Being masculine, that's how God made you.
Right.
Thank God.
I know.
Just because you're confused,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, doesn't mean that you have to build a whole theology on.
You know what?
you
All
believe.
it is to me is a freaking man wanting to be embraced by women,
Right.
Because he's not woman enough himself. That's all it is.
Yep.
So let me be embraced and loved by the very thing that I want to be that I can never be, and turn on my own kind.
Yeah.
Sick,
Crazy.
freaking sick.
It's demonic.
It is. It's
So demonic.
gross.
Yes.
These traits can have a negative impact on men and boys as well as society. What is considered exaggerated masculine traits? Some examples of toxic masculinity include dominance. Men use violence, control, and dominance to assert their power and superiority.
Thank God.
If I
What?
never had that, I would never. I would cry.
Thank God. Thank God they do that. Can you
know, what the
imagine if
heck?
cops went around and they were like, excuse me, can you please stop for 1 second? Please don't do that. And they're shooting everybody. What? When does it become toxic?
Right.
Well, my thing is men use violence. What man do you know that's walking around being violent?
No. It's just because he raised his voice.
It's true. He has the
That's-
wrong
That's
tone.
what she,
The tone.
It's the tone.
You know what kills me is when men can yell and and listen, it goes both ways. I know men that are verbally abusive to women. Okay. That's not toxic masculinity. That's a freaking turd.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's you being a turd.
Right.
You're a jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But I know women who do the same thing to
Oh,
men
Right.
Yeah.
and talk down to them and they like cower.
I feel like it's
Okay.
more
That's
so
you
that,
being a turd and
Yeah.
a jerk too.
Yes. Yes.
What's it when the woman does it then?
Right. Toxic
Toxic
femininity.
femininity?
No, for real though. At what point?
Right.
Like,
Where's the line?
Where is the line? Who's
'Cause it goes
toxic?
both ways.
It 100% goes both ways.
Yeah.
And at what point is it like, who cares if they're using violence and control and dominance? What if they're protecting you? Is that, then they can't use
Right.
dominance and violence? What if it's like somebody's coming after their wife? Is that
Right.
toxic still?
Listen, I'll take a man's man all day long.
Me too.
Same.
All
me,
day long.
Me too. Jeffrey was poking fun at me in the airport because when I'm with him, I literally my brain shuts off
I know. That's
because
special.
You don't
he
need to
just
think.
takes charge. Right. He
just does
takes
what has to be
charge.
done. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, well, that's not me in the airport.
Me either.
Tom B has lost his last year's Easter egg.
Jer too.
But there are
Tom's
instances
relying on me.
where
100%.
you're in
Like-
specific scenarios where you
Right.
could just turn off your brain.
Well, more that I know. Like Jer one time was driving, or we were getting out of a gas station, and we were walking, and some guy got too close to me, and he went up and like burped in his face, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Well, I just didn't know what he was trying to do." I'm like, "So you burp in his face? Like,
That's a tactic.
is that toxic masculine?" I know it is. I know it's, but like,
But I bet
that's a
you that
boy.
guy backed
He did.
up.
He did back up. And I have a lot of stories like that where he was being very masculine, not something
my
a girl
gosh.
would do. But yeah, but I definitely walk through the airport and tell everybody where we're going.
Oh, me too.
Everybody heavily relies on me.
But I will tell you, there ain't one bone in my body. Well, first of all, I'm not afraid of much. In some
True.
cases I should be, but I'm
True.
not because
True.
I'm just like I think I'm bigger and badder than what I really am.
True.
Yes, I do. This is true. But even still,
Yeah.
like if I know I got Big Tom behind me,
Right.
if I
Then
got my
it's worse.
man behind me,
Yeah.
I definitely feel like that. 100%.
Yeah.
You can't I am Billy Bad Butt when
Yeah.
I got him.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I literally, there ain't,
Yeah.
so he's
there
got to
ain't
reel you in.
nowhere that I'm afraid to go, and there
Right.
ain't no thing that I'm afraid
So
of.
true.
Because seriously, the man will take you out in 2 seconds if you touch one of us.
Yep.
It ain't happening.
That's true.
Not happening. It's like you've barked up the wrong. I've seen him.
Me
It
too.
ain't pretty.
Burp in
Right.
people's faces.
Yeah, Tom, don't burp.
Pretty, but it is attractive.
Yeah, very attractive. I'll take a man's man. Like he used to, back in the day when he was a cop, he turned those sirens on. I'd see him race down the road. I'd be like, "Is that you?" Oh dear God. I'll be waiting for you when you get home, baby.
Oh my gosh.
There's just,
hey.
hello. I want a
Hello.
man.
Right.
Yes.
I don't want
Yeah.
somebody
For sure.
like me.
I would be a lesbian.
Right.
If,
exactly.
if I didn't want those things.
Right. Or single.
We're single,
Either one.
but most likely a lesbian.
Well, listen, you go to prison. You're
Oh,
not. You're
my
an
gosh.
involuntary lesbian.
True.
I can
Yeah,
promise
you don't
that.
have any choice.
Gosh.
Somebody's claiming you real quick, and you're gonna be like,
Poor
"Okay,
Vanessa.
please don't hurt me."
Absolutely.
Please don't hurt me. Oh my
What kind of protection am I going to get from this?
Hey, survival.
Yeah.
The hope is
I'll
I never
probably
make it to
die.
prison.
Yeah.
I'll probably die because I will fight. They'll probably take me out. I'll get shanked real quick.
Might be the
I'll
best
be okay with
option.
that, though.
You'll go
Yeah.
down fighting.
Yeah.
That's right. Now Vanessa's like, "What do I got to do to survive?"
You know what? I say that, but there is something that activates. There is when I'm in scenarios where I need to
be city girl.
it
Fanny? Fanny on the
literally
block?
comes out.
I
So I don't know
could
what.
see that.
Maybe I would
could
go
see
yeah,
down
I don't
fighting.
know. Yeah, you might
I
just
never
fight,
know.
not fight.
True.
You just don't know.
You really don't.
Don't until you're faced with it.
Yeah.
I might be the one running, and she might be the one fighting.
Can
for
you
us.
imagine?
I might be the one curled
Vanessa's
up in a corner
protecting
crying.
you.
Where's the
And-
Vaseline?
and Vanessa's in there painting on the war
How
paint,
funny would
protecting
that
me.
be?
That would be funny.
I think it would be tag team.
Yeah. Tag, you're in.
But hope's
Seems funny.
like, finally, I get my chance. All that
Sometimes-
pent up anger.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Sometimes aggression just
sounds
like
like
literally wants to
that's-
overtake me. But I
Yeah.
thank God for fasting.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yes.
Kid you not.
True.
Because like when I start getting the shakes,
Yeah.
I know I'm like, don't hold hope, don't rise up. Because that was always when I knew, like, okay, I could come to blows with somebody when my body started shaking because I was mad. Mm-hmm. I was beyond mad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, chill, sister.
Yeah. Chill, sister.
So you know what? It might be a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's it.
Okay.
We're gonna finish this on Monday
Okay.
because I got a lot. Like, there's a lot, guys.
Yeah.
to
This I feel like
toxic
this
masculinity.
goes. The well is deep in this one.
Well, now that we know that it's like a trans
Oh my gosh.
plan,
That was such a plot twist.
That was like,
shocking.
I was just reading and reading.
It
and I'm
totally
like,
makes sense though to me.
oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah. It totally does.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense. All right. So we're going to see you on Wednesday. And then after we're done, I will promise you that you'll have a chance to repent, get your life right with God, and
Yes.
be a man again if you're a man. And if you're a woman, knock some sense into your head. Dear
Please.
Lord.
Amen.
Dear Lord. See you on Wednesday and see you on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Real talk.